This week on Scroll, Colin Prisbury takes us to the spring formal dance.
Coming up, Ethan Daniel interviews an 18-year-old student who is graduating with a bachelor's degree this semester.
And up next, Ella Ziegler covers Elder Neil L. Anderson's devotional.
Hello and welcome to Scroll's News Show. I'm Shane Morrill.
And I'm Victoria Skalek. Stay tuned for stories about the spring formal, some dating research, and our reporter giving fencing a try.
But first, BYU-Idaho had a special devotional last week from Elder Neil L. Anderson. He addressed the students about marriage and families. Ella Ziegler shares the lessons that she learned from his talk.
Welcome back to another devotional recap. This week we had the blessing to listen to Elder Neil Anderson from the Quorum of the 12 Apostles. It was a blessing to have him here on campus and be able to strengthen our testimonies about his sacred calling. He talked to us about the importance of marriage and children in the temple. And in his devotional, he invited us to become spiritual adults, which means that we can put an emphasis on our education and that we can make it a priority in our lives, as well as continue to date and make that process even easier by accepting dates and inviting others to attend with us. And it was really special because he noted the importance of the temple and how it's only a short 22-minute walk for us from campus to attend the temple, where we can find the strength to move forward in these relationships and eventually get married and have children as we continue our education here at BYU-Idaho, which is such a blessing for us to be able to attend here. I'm here with Isaac Padilla, and he's going to tell us what his main takeaway from the devotional was.
Thank you so much. What stood out to me from this past Sunday's devotional with Elder Neil L. Anderson was the principle that when individuals and families center their lives on the gospel of Jesus Christ, God will work miracles among them. That's something that has resonated with me, especially in my own family. As I continue to exercise faith in Jesus Christ and find ways to come to know Him personally, I'm preparing myself for my future family and when we can center our foundation on the principles of the gospel of Jesus Christ.
We would love to hear your thoughts about what your main takeaways from the devotional were. So leave a comment and let us know. But we'll see you next time with Devotional Recap. I'm Ella Ziegler reporting for Scroll.
Thanks, Ella. What an inspiring devotional.
You know what else is inspiring? It's the amazing students we have here on campus.
Oh, thanks. Just kidding. The students on campus really are great.
They're really smart too.
Yeah, I'm so thankful to be at a school with so many amazing people.
Yeah, like Jacob Briggs, a BYU-Idaho student who is about to graduate with a bachelor's degree in software engineering. Ethan Daniel interviewed him about his journey.
Hello, BYU-Idaho. I am Ethan Daniel, reporting for Scroll, and I'm here today with an incredible person. I'm going to be doing a new series with some incredible people here on campus that are just like you and me, but have decided to do some incredible and amazing things with their time here. Today, I'm here with Jacob Briggs, a student here at BYU-Idaho who was almost a child prodigy. All right.
Hey Ethan, you're way too nice to me. The big thing that comes up in my story a lot is I'm 18 years old and I'm about to graduate with my bachelor's, but the really cool thing about that story is this was never my plan. I know I'm exactly where I need to be right now, and I feel really lucky and blessed to be in Rexburg.
That's awesome. Yeah, I think it's amazing how the Lord works in mysterious ways. So could you tell us a little bit about how you got into this, how you started, what it took to get to this point?
Yeah, so it's actually a really crazy story. At the end of middle school, I had some health challenges, and I decided if the church was true, then the Book of Mormon had to be true. And it took me a long time to get through it, but after I prayed about it, for about 6 months, those trials were taken away. And during that time, things kept coming up to get my associates. And it was just one of those things that it happened too many times for me to be like, nah, I don't need to do it. So right when I got into high school, I started working on my associates. And when I finished up with that, the school I was going to lost my records. Like, they couldn't find it anywhere. I'd been going to school with them for 2 years, and it just wouldn't work. And then I finally prayed about it, and I was like, Heavenly Father, I know I'm supposed to be going to school, but I kind of got kicked out of school, kind of not. They just don't know I exist, and I've been trying for a month. What do I do? And the next day I got a call from my bishop asking I told my bishop I might need an endorsement, sorry. And he said, it's the weirdest thing. My wife's not home and my appointment's canceled. So how fast can you get to the church? And to make a long story short, I was approved to come up here to BYU-I in under 2 hours. Like, stake president, all my endorsement was done. And I kind of took that as a sign that I was supposed to move to Rexburg and finish school up here.
That's incredible. Thank you. Yeah. So what is your degree in?
Software engineering with an emphasis in web development.
That is super cool. So with having graduated this early with an associate's and a bachelor's, what is your plan for afterwards?
Well, tonight I actually have another interview with the same stake president, and I'm turning in my mission papers. So
that is amazing. That is super cool. The Lord really does help us to further his work. That is amazing. What would you say to people who might think that who might want to do their education sooner, or are wanting to try and get into something like that?
Like I said, it was never something I planned to do. And if I had planned, a few things would have been easier. But one thing I've noticed over and over in my life, and just keeps coming up, is I know that there are angels around us every day. There have been a couple of times where I know that I should probably be dead. And like you said, the Lord works in mysterious ways. And sometimes we just have to learn to accept that it's out of our hands. And my dad has this saying that just make the next right choice, and then God will help you find the next one.
Thank you so much. I am Ethan Daniel, reporting for Scroll, and this has been our interview with Jacob Briggs. Thank you.
Thanks, Ethan. What a cool story.
Fitness classes are a good way to exercise, meet people, and have fun.
I have gone to some of those classes myself. They really get the blood flowing. Alejandra Perry tried a cycling class last week on iTry.
Hi, I'm Alejandra Perry, reporting for Scroll, and behind me is one of the free fitness classes offered here on campus. This one is cycling, and it's a fun way to exercise and enjoy time with fellow students. Hi, what's your name?
My name is Madison.
And you're the instructor of the class, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
What's your favorite part about teaching this class?
That's a good question. I think I just love cycling, and I think it's so fun to have fun while you're working out. So I think when I'm able to get the crowd hype, which can be really hard sometimes. So I think just having friends work out with you and just get a really hyped crowd and just be able to have fun while working out. So probably just the people and the atmosphere would be my favorite part.
What has been your favorite part about this class?
I really love the energy the instructors are always willing to put in. They really show the passion they have for fitness through just the soundtracks, the energy. They come and talk to you after and during to make sure you keep on motivating yourself and pushing you through. So I really love that vibe that she helps us bring.
What has made you keep coming back?
Probably the soundtrack, I'm not gonna lie. The songs are really good for the sprints, so yeah, it's just good energy. It's really good energy, and everybody's in there to do the same thing and to better themselves, and it's just a really good environment to be in.
Once again, this was Alejandra Perry with Scroll, and behind me was this amazing cycling class. Feel free to join us, and make sure to comment, like, and subscribe for more updates on fun activities you can do around campus.
Thanks, Alejandra. That looked like a lot of fun.
Hey Shane, did you know the school had a fencing class?
Yeah, I've seen the activity posts, but I've never been.
I haven't been either, but Harrison Kelly visited the fencing class and interviewed some students, taking a deeper look into what this sport is all about.
Hello everyone, I'm Harrison Kelly with Scroll Broadcast, and we are here at the fencing class at BYU-Idaho, and we are in the Hart building here on campus. And I'm gonna get some interviews from some of these guys, talk to the instructor, let you know how you can get involved, and you know what? I might also take some part in some fencing. First time for everything. So follow us along as we check out the sport. So we're here at the fencing class, and this is Brandon, and if I'm correct, you're one of the instructors, right?
That's correct.
So how did you get into instructing this fencing class?
Well, about 3 years ago, I joined this group because I thought that fencing sounded pretty interesting, and I stuck with it after that.
Tell me, how did you get involved with this class? I mean, I heard this is your second one.
Yeah, this is my second class. I saw it on the BYU I Belong page, and I thought it looked awesome, and I needed a way to work out.
What is your favorite part about fencing?
I love the camaraderie here. Even though you're trying to stab or hit each other with weapons, you're all friends. You're all trying to help each other improve and just learn how to do better.
That is a recap on the fencing class here at BYU-Idaho. We hope you liked this video, and if you did so, please subscribe to Scroll Broadcast and like and comment on this video. Until then, I'm Harrison Kelly with Scroll Broadcast.
Thanks, Harrison. That looks like such a cool sport.
Our reporters are not the only people who have been busy. According to the official church newsroom, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints has donated $3.4 million for Project Hope, which stands for Health Opportunities for People Everywhere in Ecuador and Colombia. That's not the only good thing that happened.
President Bishop Gerald Casey addressed an international audience at the crossroads of the World Trade Day in Mid-Valley, Utah. In his speech, Bishop Casey addressed the church efforts for the environment and community. Another reason to celebrate is another temple that was dedicated to give members of the church the chance to fulfill sacred ordinances. Elder Garrett W. Gong of the Quorum of the 12 Apostles dedicated the new temple in Mexico on May 19th. With this dedication, he said, a temple is a beacon of light in a community, and it lifts us and draws us to God our Father and His Son, Jesus Christ.
If there's one thing nearly every student on campus talks about, it's dating. Some BYU-Idaho students are going beyond the stories and conducting some research. They talked to our Liberty Gonzalez.
I'm Liberty Gonzalez, reporting for Scroll, and we all know that love is always in the air at BYU-I. Today we're going to talk about expected gender roles in dating at BYU-I, as well as get some first-hand experience from some real-life BYU-I students. I'm Liberty Gonzalez, reporting for Scroll, and today I'm here with Hinkley Fusselman, a freshman at BYU-I. We're going to talk about some of the dating culture that we see here on campus. So last semester, there were some psychology students who did a survey on gender roles in dating at BYU-I. And so I just wanted to get some of your perspective on that as well. So Hinkley, what has your experience dating at BYU-I been like so far?
It's been pretty good. My first semester, I spent a long time where I was just really anxious and really nervous, especially around girls. But as I've spent more time here, I've felt more confident, and I've gone on lots of dates.
And so, who do you think should be the first person to make a move when it comes to dating, a girl or a guy?
Well, I feel like if we say one or the other, then that's going to discourage the other one from making a move. I don't think there's anything wrong with either one making a move, but I don't think it should be the guy's responsibility. Just, if we don't make it somebody's responsibility, chances are it's not going to happen.
And what do you feel like is generally the expectation at BYU-I? Do you think most people are kind of like, oh, whoever wants to ask whoever out, or do you feel like there is any kind of expectation between which gender asks out the other gender?
I think up here it's mostly the guys asking the girls. That's like the typical expectation.
I'm Liberty Gonzalez, reporting for Scroll Broadcast, and I'm here with Allison Muncie, a psychology major who recently did a research project that I think a lot of us will find very interesting. So, Allison, can you tell us a little bit about this research project and what it is?
Yeah, so we looked at traditional and egalitarian gender roles here on campus, and so we wanted to see like the dating life here, because we know that we're kind of a different university with like different standards than others, and so we just wanted to see the dating life and what was like here.
Okay, and then can you explain to us what your research methods were?
Yeah, so basically we interviewed a bunch of Psych 111 students, and we got around like 300 responses. And what they did is they did a survey asking about their dating life and health and a bunch of different things. And then we looked at their data, and I don't know what else you got me.
No, that's perfect. And what were some of the findings and conclusions from this research project?
So we originally thought that that more students would be more aligned with egalitarian gender roles, which is like both men and women should be like more equal in a partnership and in dating. But we actually found that people care more about traditional gender roles, that men should pay for dates, that men should ask women out on dates and stuff like that.
So we could all, of course, talk for days about dating culture at BYU-I and what we like and what we don't like. But in this regard specifically, what do you think about the expected gender roles here at BYU-I? Do you think they're helping BYU-I dating or hurting them? What's your experience been? Let us know. This has been Liberty Gonzalez reporting for Scroll.
Thanks, Liberty.
It's crazy to see students' opinions on dating culture here in Rexburg.
Hey, Tori, did you go to the Girls' Choice dance recently?
No, I couldn't. I had work.
Oh, I didn't go either. But Springfest brought our campus to life with its vibrance and fun, but nothing reminds us more of spring than young love.
Do you mean Ring by Spring? Because I'm pretty sure not everyone is thinking about that.
Maybe not talking about that, but I'm so glad that Springfest got to end with an awesome dance party.
Yeah, Colin Frisbee covered all the festivities happening on Saturday at the Ladies' Choice Spring Formal.
Hi, I'm Colin Frisbee, reporting for The Scroll, and today we are ending off Springfest with a bang with a Ladies' Choice Spring Formal Dance event that's going on behind me. We've enjoyed Springfest all week, and today we get to relax and unwind and see how it went. We're talking to the director of the Springfest activities, as well as some of the couples, as what their experience was here at the dance. Here we have Casey Cruz. She's the director of spring events, and we're here to talk about the dance and what it took to get this whole thing up and running. So this is the end of Springfest, and this is the final event. What does that mean for you?
Well, it's the end of an exciting week, that's for sure. It's very nice to end the week with a big dance like this where we get a lot of students, and we've had a great turnout. Typically in the spring, most events don't have as big of attendance, but this is doing amazing, especially for the first time putting it on, which is super, super fun.
So I'm here with one of the couples going here. So how did you guys hear about this dance?
I heard about it through actually a date night. They mentioned it. So we decided that we'd want to come here to enjoy the dance together.
It's wonderful. I love that. And I know this is a ladies' choice, so how did you ask him today?
I asked him at date night if he wanted to come, and he said yes.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much. Well, we've had a wonderful time at Springfest this week, and we're so glad that we had it and we were able to do it. This is the end of it, and I can't wait to see what the student event activities have coming up in the future. I'm Colin Frisbee, reporting for The Scroll.
Thanks, Colin. Dances can be a nice break from school.
Well, this has been our show today.
Join us next week as we explore more fun events and stories.
If you want to read more stories about Rexburg, the school, or other news, please visit Scroll's website at byuiscroll.org.
Well, this has been our show today. Remember to tune in next time.
And watch a new episode every week,
where it will be posted to social media.
So remember to share it with your friends and family.
And subscribe to our channel.
I'm Shane Morrill.
And I'm Victoria Skalek.
Thanks for watching.